guys, it's Lexi. Merry Christmas Eve to all of you who celebrate out there. I really wanted to sit down and film this video today to share all of my Christmas and holiday inspired scents before the actual day itself. So I hope you've all been enjoying this season with your friends and family, and I hope everybody is doing well, staying healthy out there. Cannot wait to share my thoughts on these wax melts because I feel like this month has just been an incredible month of melting for me. I've been like thoroughly enjoying all of my wax melts and just like having the best time. So if you guys watched my melting basket / holiday wax collection video, then you would have saw pretty much everything that I've been working on. And I can really happily say that this basket is the empties and things that are almost finished up. And then this basket over here, this is, although it does look large and it is heavy, I feel super accomplished because this big old bin right here, this is all of my holiday wax that I have left. So a lot of this was also stuff that I just got this year. And looking at this, I feel very, very good about going into the next season only having this. I know for some people this might be a little crazy, but if this is all of my Christmas wax that I have left, I feel pretty accomplished with what I was able to finish, especially because that video had like bins upon bins upon bins of wax, and now I just have one bin, so that's great. Let me jump in with the actual stuff that I did finish and share my thoughts here because this stuff is so great, you guys. I've been enjoying it, like I said, just so much this past month. It's been great. Okay, so let me start with some of the Zape shapes here. I did actually just melt these today. So these are still performing. They're still going strong. So I might have more thoughts the longer they melt and warm. But these have been in the warmers for about an hour right now. So as far as like longevity, can't quite speak to that. But let's start with this one over here because I'm really quite impressed with this. This is Christmas Tree Cakes. Like I said, from Zape. It is fluffy white cake, buttercream filling, and a hint of Christmas spice. And this is in like the 2-pack of like the cute little Christmas tree, Little Debbie snack cake kind of shapes. And I really was not expecting like a ton from this just because sometimes I feel like white cakes type scents or like vanilla based scents sometimes can just be like nice, mellow, warm kind of bakery scents, but not like crazy, like smacking in the face like a tree scent might be. But oh my goodness, this has been very, very strong and it's only been going for an hour and I have been very impressed with this. Yeah, I love it. So it definitely is a buttercream frosting kind of cake scent, but there is a little bit, it says a hint of Christmas spice. There is a little bit of spice, but I don't think it's like a cinnamon spice. To me, it's maybe like a nutmeg kind of spice. Either way, this is just phenomenal. I really, really like the scent and I did not expect to love it as much. I just kind of got it because I thought it was so darn cute. But this has been like a really delicious, creamy cake bakery scent. I have this in my kitchen right now and I've been loving it. Then we've got this one, which I have going in my living room right now. And this one is called Waiting for Santa, also from Zape. It is Spruce Tree, vanilla custard, creamy caramel, and candied fig. And this one is interesting because when you smell it in the bag on cold, I feel like I pick up a lot more of like the vanilla and fig. But then when I'm melting it, like right now in my living room, I feel like I'm picking up a lot more of the Spruce Tree, but it's almost like it's like an extra sweetened Spruce Tree, of course, because the sweet notes. It kind of reminds me of if you had like a vanilla balsam from Bath and Body Works, but you made it spruce instead of balsam. And I feel like spruce trees compared to like balsam trees are a little bit on the sweeter side, you know, anyway. I feel like balsam's a little bit more sharp, astringent. Spruce is a little bit sweeter. And I'm not sure if this is sugared spruce or if it's just spruce, but it almost feels like it might be like that sugared spruce oil. Either way, this one's also really lovely. Surprisingly enough, I feel like the vanilla Christmas tree cake scent is stronger. I feel like when I'm sitting here in my living room, I feel like I can smell the Christmas tree cakes more than I can actually smell this one. But like I said, I just put these in an hour ago. So who knows? I'll have to report back the next Empties or What I Melted video on those. I'm hoping I can finish those bags up so they don't have to go back into my collection, but totally enjoying those. I have some other wax that I melted here. I think that might have been it for my Zape so far. I still have a lot of Zape to melt. Oh no, I do have some Empties, but let's stick with the What I Melted. I have this one, which is like a random one-off. This is Gypsy Monroe Wax Company Blue December. So this wax company has been closed for a long time. If you guys have been watching my channel for any amount of time, you know. But this bag is just something that I hold on to every Christmas season. I cannot seem to get rid of it. This is like a favorite of mine. And this one still, it was poured October 2019. This thing is still packing a punch. It is still amazing. It's like a roasted, I think it's like a roasted pine cone and sandalwood scent. I've tried to dupe this with other blends. I did like a K's, try to blended it, and then nothing is quite exact. Obviously, this is just like a specific oil that was used, or I don't know, blended, whatever it is. I can't seem to figure out a great dupe for this, an exact dupe, but I love this scent. Will I hoard it another year? Who knows? But either way, I love it. This goes for like 2 days. I mean, maybe not 2 days, but like a full day. And then the next time I turn on the warmers, the next day to like get it out of the warmers, I'm like, oh, I can't pull it out. And I think it's just because I love it so much, but Blue December, amazing scent. I love it. It's phenomenal. So, and I talk about that every year, and you guys are probably like, just finish the darn bag. Like, get it out of your collection. But I can't, you guys. I love it. I really love it. I have a ton of Rose Girls here that I will talk about next, because I used up a ton. I used up 4 bags, not finished, but melted some of. So let me actually start with this Peppermint Mocha Cake Pop scent. This wax melt, so at the beginning of this month, if you guys have been watching some other videos previously, then you'll see I had the flu. I was like down and out. And I put this in one of the days that I was like starting to feel better, but still was very congested. And I always said I didn't like peppermint, or peppermint gives me headaches and stuff like that. But for some reason this year, I think my nose is changing, or I don't really know, but I have started to really enjoy peppermint. And I feel like when I've been melting all of these vendors, specifically, I've been really enjoying Rose Girls peppermint oil. I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's not like, it smells very overpowering in the bag, but then you melt it and it just kind of mellows out and becomes like a very realistic, true to life peppermint. It's not too sweet. It's not too like sharp. It's just a really darn good peppermint. And then this one, I picked up this bag, the Peppermint Mocha Cake Pops, because I had her Peppermint Mocha cupcakes, I think, before, and I loved it so much. It just totally blew me away. So I picked this one up. It's like pretty much the same thing. Cake Pops, cupcakes, similar. And I just love this scent. It is so good, you guys. Oh man, I'm not a fan of chocolate all the time in wax, but this comes across the way that it is blended with the peppermint, with the mocha. It just becomes so realistic. It really smells like you are drinking like a peppermint mocha from like Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or like any, coffee shop, mixed with like a sweet dessert bakery scent. Cake Pop just adds like an extra sweetness. It's just beautiful. This is a great performer. I could smell this even though I was congested. It just opened up my nose. It was beautiful. Very impressed with that one. That one was a big surprise. I mean, I remember loving the cupcake version of that, but then I kind of forgot because it had been like a year since I, hadn't melted it. And then I was like, oh man, that's why I bought this bag, because it was so good last year. So good this year. I love that scent. And let's talk about this one. This is not one of the Mari melters. The other two are. So let's talk about this one. It is on the naughty list, which is Oh Christmas Tree. And Oh Christmas Tree is an oil of Jenny's that is like just a fresh balsam type scent, I believe. Or maybe it's like a blend of some balsam. I think it's like her custom blend of like a take on fresh balsam. Could be wrong. I'll double check that. And then Jimmy Choo for men is what it's blended with. So it's just like, it's like a masculine tree scent, which I've seen she did that with like Spruce Willis. And there was another one I want to say that was kind of similar to like that one where it's like a fresh and masculine mixed with a tree. This one I loved. I've never smelled Jimmy Choo for Men on its own. I did have Oh Christmas Tree on its own, and I loved it. And I feel like the cologne scent of this almost took away the astringent kind of sharpness from like a balsam Christmas tree scent. I loved this. It was just very, like, it was a sweetened, fresh Christmas tree. It almost, like, the cologne note of this almost made it smell like you were, like, outside in winter with your partner. Like, I'm picturing it's like me and Tom are like going to a Christmas tree farm, and he has nice cologne on, and he's like cutting down a real Christmas tree. That's kind of the vibe that I got from this. It's like a fresh Christmas tree masculine scent. It is beautiful, and I really love this. I only had a few cubes going in my bathroom warmer, but every time I walked in my bathroom, I was like, ooh, I love this. It's beautiful. So I'm excited to smell some more of this during this next upcoming week. And then, like I said, both of these are Mario melters, and both of these were new to me this year. This one has been a part of the lineup. This is Yoshi the Red-Nosed Dino, but I just picked it up for the first time this year. It is raspberry sauce, pistachio, and marshmallow fluff. And I will say this, oh my goodness, the raspberry and the pistachio are so strong. I feel like next time I melt this, I'm going to want to blend it with maybe like a bakery scent, like a cookie or something, because it was very, very berry forward and very like the pistachio. I think Jenny's Rose Girls pistachio does come across a little bit cherry forward, in just my opinion. But I think like mixed together, these were it was like very fruity kind of smelling. I wish a little bit more of the marshmallow fluff came out, but still, like if you are the type of person who likes, if you're maybe not like a super like Christmas scent person, but you still want to melt something that's Christmas themed or holiday themed, I think that this is a great one for you because it doesn't scream Christmas to me. It screams almost like summer berry. But it was very strong. And it was beautiful. I just really, I kind of want to blend it with a bakery next time to kind of like, mellow it down. But man, oh man, this was strong. So, which I feel like the Rose Girls pistachio is, and her raspberry sauce is, and her raspberry sauce is also like a very like realistic seedy type of raspberry. Like you can almost smell like the seeds and like a jam of the raspberry. So that's great. So that was Yoshi the Red-Nosed Dino. And then this one here is a new one for the lineup. And I want to say that this was a customer creation. And this is Koopa's Christmas Carols, which is soft pine, sugar cookies, snow powder, mint, and campfire marshmallow. And I do want to go ahead and pull out the other scent here in Thwomps from Rose Girls, because I think that these two are very comparable. And I kind of said it in my initial Rose Girls Mario video. But I feel like these are, like I said, kind of comparable, like brother, sister, twins that are just like a little bit different. So Thwomps is pine, peppermint, sugar cookie dough, and campfire marshmallows. So the only thing that's kind of different about these two is that Thwomps is just pine, Koopa's is soft pine. There's sugar cookie in both of them, but Thwomps is sugar cookie dough, which is a different oil. I'm not sure if it's the same oil in this. It doesn't say dough in this one, in Christmas Koopa Carols. And then the mint, it's mint in here and peppermint in here, and the snow powder. So I think I'm overthinking this, but I did melt both, and I do have thoughts. I feel like the scent that I talked about in the Rose Girls Mario video that I really love, is it Snow Kingdom or I think it's Ice Palace. I think it maybe is in here. I think there's Ice Palace in here. And I think that's the snow powder and mint scent. And I think it is Jenny's like peppermint oil that's in here, because the peppermint in here really packed a punch, and this one was much softer. So my thoughts are pretty much the same as what I thought it would be on cold. if you want something that's like very, very, very pepperminty and very, very piney, this is definitely more like tree forward than I think you'd want thwomps. This one I think is slightly stronger. I do still think that this is a very strong, good performer, but I think that just the scent overall is like a toned down version. So if you like this one, but you feel like it's too strong, then I really encourage you to try this one because I felt like they were just so similar. And I also felt like the campfire marshmallow was able to shine through a lot more in this one because the mint was a little bit more toned down. The pine is a little bit more toned down. So the creaminess of the campfire marshmallow kind of came through a little bit more. So if that's something you feel like you wanted more, I actually feel like these would even be good blended together. I really like both of these. I couldn't say I have a favorite. I feel like they do similar things, but they're just different enough that you can enjoy both separately. So yeah, so whoever created this blend, I think did a really awesome job. And I feel like if they were, I don't know if they were going for that, if they were going for like a more toned down version of thwomps, then I think they totally nailed it. Two of the things that I chopped up, used some, but didn't totally empty, were from Salt Mountain Melts. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. This is Winter Citrus Wreath, which is a dupe for a Bath & Body Works scent with the same name. And it is notes of balsam, fresh citrus, and forest air. This I got this year from a pre-order. And oh my gosh, this was so unbelievably strong. I put this in our bathroom warmer, just a sliver, like a small chunk in the bathroom warmer. And I literally had to shut the door because I left it open, not thinking that it would travel that far out. This was like far away, like in the living room, I could smell it. I went upstairs, I could smell it. I was like, what is going on? All I could smell, covering all of the other still strong scents that I had going in every other room, I could smell this overpowering it. So I had to shut off the bathroom door because, like, close the vent in there too, because I was like, this is all I can smell. So incredible performer. If you love this scent from Bath & Body Works, totally encourage you to get this because, man, it was so strong. And like I'm saying, just a small sliver I used in my bathroom warmer. Woo! It is very like tree forward, very citrus forward. It is exactly like the notes say, balsam, citrus, forest, I don't know, forest air, but balsam and citrus, strong, crazy. So that one was a win. I'm definitely not going to use any more, I don't think, this year. I almost feel like it might need a year to tone down because it was just so strong. And I feel like that's a scent that I could put in one warmer in my living room, even though normally I put all of my wax and like spread around 3 warmers or 4 warmers, depending. But that is like, I feel like I could put just a sliver in one warmer and I would be set because it is so strong. That's beyond a 10 for me. That is, if you're looking for a strong scent and you like balsam and citrus scents, that's the one to grab because woo-wee. Okay, and then finally from my melts that I didn't finish fully, this is Mrs. Claus's Cookies from Salt Mountain Melts. It is crushed candy cane and milk and cookies. And her milk and cookies, well, actually, you know, I think milk and cookies is an oil on its own. But either way, this one, I just wanted to pull out another scent from her that I also melted that I got last year, which is this one. Okay, so I melted and finished fully from Salt Mountain Melts a bag of peppermint marshmallow cake, which is peppermint cream and marshmallow cake. And this one is crushed candy cane. So different, obviously different oils and everything, but I feel like these scents are kind of doing a similar thing. Like it's a bakery and peppermint scent. This one, I felt like I really was going to enjoy it because I really enjoy her marshmallow cake on its own. And she's had, I think, strawberry marshmallow cake, just marshmallow cake. And so I really thought that I would love this one. But I don't know if maybe it's the peppermint cream oil that I just really didn't love, or maybe just not blended together. I don't know, something about this. I didn't dislike it, but when I melted this one, I was like, whoa, this is incredible. I really enjoyed this one. And I was just like, if I thought this one was okay, I probably thought this one was going to be okay, but I was totally blown away. Really unexpectedly, like, loved this one. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the crushed candy cane oil, but I felt like this just came across much more creamy peppermint. And this one it almost was just kind of like a mellowed down, sharper peppermint. But yeah, I don't know. I totally this one didn't come back this year either way. This one did come out this year. This is from October of this year, and just loved this one. It was beautiful. Totally will pick up, if this comes back, totally will pick up more of this once I finish it this year. Gonna continue to work on this whole week, and yeah, really, really enjoyed that. That is Mrs. Claus's Bakery. And since we're here, I'll talk about this one. This one, like I said, yeah, peppermint cream marshmallow cake. I liked it, but it didn't like make me fall in love like this one did. So that one was peppermint marshmallow cake. And I guess all the rest of these are empty. So I guess we'll just continue talking about some Salt Mountain Melts since we're kind of on that train already. So I've got 3 bags, 3 other bags that I was able to empty. And all of these were souffles as well. So I've got milk and cookies for Santa. This is eggnog, Mrs. Claus's cookies, and sugar cookies. Not to be confused with Mrs. Claus's Bakery. This is different. So Mrs. Claus's cookies, I want to say it's just an oil that's eggnog and cookies, possibly. I could be wrong. This is such a great scent. I did go ahead and pick this same exact scent up in a loaf this year during her last, not the last one, but during the holiday pre-order that she had. Really looking forward to melting more of it from the loaf because this scent is just a beautiful, beautiful creamy eggnog. It's not like a spicy eggnog. It's not like a sharp, like overwhelmingly sweet. It's just like the perfect balance of a little bit of spice, just the right amount of like creaminess in the eggnog, and cookies and like the bakery scent. It's beautiful. I love this one. Great performer in my home. Another souffle from Salt Mountain Melts I was able to finish is Pine Ridge Farm. And this one is fresh cut pine, cinnamon sugar, and toasted marshmallow. This was a scent that I got last year, so it is over a year old. And this also, I want to pull out another scent here because this is a dupe. This is Amanda's take on the Perfect Christmas from Bath & Body Works. And I also had another dupe of the Perfect Christmas from Bath & Body Works. This one was a sample that was sent to me from Teddy Bees. So this scent I melted in my bathroom warmer one day, and this one I had the rest of this souffle kind of going throughout my house. I will say, I think it really depends on like what your preference is. The Teddy Bees version of the Perfect Christmas, this one for the Teddy Bees version is called the Perfect Holiday. I don't know if I said that. But this one was very, very spicy in my opinion. Like the cinnamon in here was like, whoa, my goodness, very strong. And the tree was also very, very strong in here. Whereas this one was definitely, the cinnamon was much more of like a cinnamon sugar, like sweet bakery type cinnamon. And I felt like the tree notes took a little bit more of the backseat. So my preference was this one. I prefer my cinnamon to be a bakery cinnamon, to be a little bit sweeter. And I felt like that kind of took the front seat, and the tree kind of took the back seat, and I felt like I could smell like a toasted marshmallow note in here. Really loved it. This one was very, man oh man, this was strong. Very strong in my bathroom, but it was just very spice forward. But I know there's a lot of people out there that love spice, especially around the holiday season. So if you like cinnamon spice scents, then you'd probably like this version of the Perfect Christmas. But I think if I'm comparing, since it is like a dupe of the same scent, I preferred the Pine Ridge Farm Salt Mountain Melts version. But like I said, it totally depends. So I think my mom would probably like this one. I think she likes cinnamon spice more, but I prefer this one. So both great performers. Really happy to have finished and used up both of those. And I've got one more thing here from Salt Mountain Melts. I want to say this is the last thing that I have from them. Could be wrong. This is Rocky Mountain Christmas. And this is Fresh Balsam, Sugar Cookie, and Buttercream. This is a scent that I feel like has come back for probably 3 years now, or maybe more. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like I've seen this every year that I've been buying from Salt Mountain Melts. So it's definitely a favorite among many. This balsam is definitely, and a lot of people said it last year. I said it last year. Other people said it last year when they were hauling this. This is a very, very realistic green, almost like the needle of the tree, like green needle scent. Very, very green. There is like a slight, like almost grassy greenness to this. So if you love that, then you'd probably love this. I don't know if this is like a favorite scent of mine, but I definitely really enjoyed it, and it was a really good performer. So no complaints there. I just don't know if it's like preference-wise, if it was my personal favorite, but I do know for a fact a lot of people love it because this is a favorite among many. I just don't know if it was a favorite of mine. So I have some retail wax empties here. I have some Yankee Candle and some Goose Creek. So let's talk about these Yankee Candle scents first. I really don't love the packaging on this new, they probably could have changed it by now, but it's the single melt, I guess they're called wax melt singles, fast fragrance. They're 0.8 ounces. Yeah, I don't love the packaging on these. I don't know why I picked them up. I think they must have been on like a really cheap clearance or something for me to have wanted to grab them. I don't remember now. But these are in the scent Frosty Gingerbread. I can't really say I even remembered melting these. I think I put these in my bedroom warmer one day, and I don't think they did too much for me. I think it was just like kind of like a general gingerbread scent, but nothing that stood out to me so much that I felt like I wanted to really talk too much about it. I also have a centerpiece cup here, and this one I just put in the same time that I switched out the rest of my wax. And I feel like because these are like thicker, it takes a little bit longer for the scent to start performing. So I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on this one. But this is just like I think it's supposed to be like what it is on the label here, like a thumbprint type cookie, like raspberry jam thumbprint cookie. So far, I haven't really gotten much performance from it, so I will have to keep you guys updated on that one. But that is Mary Berry, which I don't know. Sometimes I'm shocked with Yankee Candle centerpiece warmers, and sometimes I'm not. So I will get back to you on that one. I have two here from Goose Creek. Both of these are like the little clamshells here, and I actually just take the entire clamshell, pop it out, and I put them in one of my reusing centerpiece warmer cups. So that's pretty much what I do to these, and they last like 2 days usually in the warmers. And so yeah, that's how I get the life out of these here. I can't say I loved either of these. So I have eggnog icing, and this is one I use first. This one came across to me as being a very like nutmeg heavy icing kind of eggnog scent. I don't smell this and think like eggnog right away. I smell this and I think like nutmeg spice or like a creamy nutmeg. It kind of reminds me of like that creamy nutmeg candle from Bath and Body Works is what this reminds me of. It's not very like icing heavy, I guess, either. It kind of just smells like a creamy nutmeg scent. I don't love this one. It lasted for 2 days, but this isn't something that I feel like I would want to go out and repurchase. And then this one here is Gingerbread Lane, and this one is definitely very ginger forward, but not like, I feel like gingerbread can be done really well, or it can be ginger, like the spice ginger, for like very sharp ginger forward. And I felt like this one was definitely kind of more sharper. And it's weird because this one I felt like was like sharp ginger, like almost like ginger that you would get with like sushi, like raw ginger, mixed with like bread, it's gingerbread, but like it almost smells like I don't know. This one didn't do it for me either, really. But also, same thing, lasted a good long time. I don't know. I feel like I'm so touchy with ginger scents. I don't really like ginger ale that much, or I just don't like ginger. I think I don't like ginger is my thing. But I feel like there has been some gingerbread scents that I've enjoyed. But this one just wasn't it. That is Gingerbread Lane from Goose Creek. I have this Scentsy little like sample scent that is, I think this is like the fragrance of the month for the upcoming month. This is Mango Margarita. And let me just tell you guys right now, like I love mango. I love margaritas. And I have a lot of margarita scents. Like you guys know, Heat Wave from Salt Mount Melts is like my favorite margarita scent. Oh my gosh, I should melt. This actually makes me want to melt mango sorbet with Heat Wave. I feel like that would be incredible. So maybe this is good because it did inspire me. But I don't love this one. And it came across, and maybe it's the lime in the margarita, but it came across very like lemon cleaner-y to me. I wish that it was sweeter. it came across a little bit too sharp. So this is definitely not one that I will be picking up. And I do feel like there's a lot of vendor wax that are like I said, margarita scents that I prefer, that are sweeter, that aren't as sharp and like astringent, kind of cleaner-esque. So this one, Mango Margarita, was not a win in my book, but that's okay. That happens. Sometimes you live and you learn. I've got another Scentsy scent here, and this is a clamshell that I finished up in Silver Bells. If I can figure out the notes for that, I will leave it either above or below. And this is a scent that I feel like, I want to say there's like pear and caramel maybe in this. I don't know. This is a scent that I remember when I melted it last year. I don't think I loved that much, but I really enjoyed it this year. And this is another scent that I melted when I was getting over the flu. And I felt like it was like bright and fresh and just sweet enough that it kind of was like calming for that time. Like it wasn't like overwhelmingly, I don't know why. I just also wasn't feeling like bakery scents when I had the flu. I just was like, give me like fresh pine, outdoorsy air type of open up my nose holes kind of a scent. So this one I felt like really did a good job. And I want to say I saw a video somewhere. Somebody mentioned that this was getting clearance out. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it wasn't the scent. But this actually kind of almost makes me sad because now I feel like I'm just kind of coming around more to the scent. So that is Silver Bells. I surprisingly enjoyed that one, and it was a good performer. And then I've got some, let's see, I've got a Better Homes and Gardens clamshell that I finished up. And this is in Just Like Christmas. Is on the front of this, it's got like cinnamon sticks and I don't know what those little shapes are. Other like spice, I know it's a spice. Definitely this is what is on the front of this. This is cinnamon, heavy, spice forward, like clove, cinnamon, all of the Christmas spices, like boom, thrown at you. And man, this was so strong, very, very strong performer. But I think, that's just kind of like of course, like spice heavy scents usually are like cinnamon spice. If it's like a red hot kind of cinnamon, usually they are very strong. And this one definitely packed a punch. This was very strong. Not like my favorite scent, but still like this is the time of year I feel like you can kind of like get away with melting those in your home. All right, I have a ton of samples to talk about. First, let's go through the Bathing Garden samples. And I used up one super random like fall inspired Halloween. This is Black Magic Laboratory. This one smelled like orange juice to me. I liked it, but probably not enough to repurchase. It was a good performer though. All of these were pretty good performers for me. I use these sometimes in tea lights in our van, or I use them in the bathroom warmer, usually only. This one is the pear tree and the partridge. I know that there's some other notes in this, but to my nose, it smells just like pretty much like a fresh cut pear. Really nice pear scent though. This one is Sugar Plum Strawberry Santa. This was a really nice fruity kind of Christmassy scent. If you're a person that doesn't like all those heavy scents, that was probably a really good one. This is a Snow Globe World. I love this. I smelled this on cold, didn't even warm it yet, and I went out and purchased this in a larger size in a clamshell. Love it, a very fresh, clean, fresh air, outdoorsy, pepperminty kind of scent. This one is Vetiver Bells. I want to say this is another one that I purchased in a clamshell. This just smells like vetiver. It's beautiful, very strong performer. I have Holiday Bubbles, another one that I went and repurchased. This is a beautiful scent. I don't think it's, is there pine cone in it? Maybe, I don't really know. This is a really lovely scent though. I'll have to leave the notes if I can find them. And then Abominable Snowman. This was another one. I actually had this going the night that I was watching the claymation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, which is what this is from. But even the shape was in the face of the Abominable Snowman. And so that was really cute and a really great scent. I have some more over here, some more samples. Let's talk about these random scentsy things. Ashley sent me these when Scentsy did their like holiday, like large wax bar kind of launch thing. And so there is Icicles and Evergreen. This actually, surprisingly enough, was my favorite out of the bunch. I love this. It was like a fresh, slightly even like sweet masculine type of tree scent. I love that. This one I would pick up again. Caramel Chestnut. I wanted to love this one, but something about it I just didn't love. I don't know. Maybe I would pick this one up. I don't even know if you can with these now. Maybe I would pick this one up, but I missed out on that, I think. This one is Maraschino Sugar Cookie. There's definitely some vendor wax that I prefer that do like the same thing as this. The Rudolph Nose from L3 is actually one that I would prefer over that one. Winter's Eve. This is one that I'm kind of on the fence about. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was okay though. It smelled great in a bathroom. And then Frosted Petals. This was definitely a powdery floral, so not a favorite of mine. I have Christmas Trees and Cream. I had this going in my bathroom. I kind of wish that I had melted this in a tea light or gave it more of a chance. It kind of got lost, but I know a lot of people love this one. I'd be willing to give this one another try, but it didn't do great in my bathroom for some reason that day. I have two samples from the coffee sampler from Zape. This is Gingerbread Latte, which is gingerbread, graham crackers, vanilla cream, and espresso. I really like this one. And this was definitely not a super spicy gingerbread cookie scent. It was a good like creamy bakery and coffee scent, so I enjoyed that. Then this one is Christmas in a Cup, and I did purchase this one in a larger size this year. So I finished the bag of it from this year, and I finished up the sample. Love this scent. I hope it comes back next year. This is scent notes of eggnog, sugar cookie, espresso, and sweet cream. And this one just kind of smells like you're in a coffee shop during the holiday season. Maybe there's some like festive lights around you and you're just having a really nice time. Yeah, so it just smells like Christmas, which is really lovely. So that is Christmas in a Cup. This one is Destination Wax Blackberry Oud, which is oud wood, blackberry marmalade, and marshmallow fireside. I like this one. I'd probably want to try this in a larger size again to get a better idea of it. That was a day that I was kind of like going about, so I feel like I could have enjoyed that a little bit more. This one is Empire Alchemy, The Night He Came Home. This one, in comparison to the last Empire Alchemy wax melt that I melted in my bathroom, was a lot stronger. This one was like a coffee scent, I believe. But yeah, not quite as strong as that last one, but still nice. Then I have Southbound's Silver Bells, and I think that this is a dupe of the Scentsy Silver Bells. I'm not sure. The scent notes don't seem like it would be, but it smells like it is. If anybody else has tried both, please let me know if I'm crazy or not. It is fresh peppermint, green apple, lily of the valley, amber, and sweet cotton candy. I like this one, but I think I prefer the Scentsy version of it. We've got Dessa's Homespun Scents and peppermint bark. This one, surprisingly enough, didn't do much. I had this in, peppermints are usually strong, but I had this going in my bathroom, and this is a day that I had the Mocha Cake Pops from Rose Girls going, and I think the Mocha Cake Pops were just overpowering that one maybe. Another a Rose Girl scent, this is Eggnog Latte, a really nice creamy eggnog coffee scent. Tom really enjoyed that one. I've got Sugar Cookie from Hayden Row. This is, I think, one of the first time I melted from Hayden Row, and I feel like I didn't give this one a good enough shot. Put this in a warmer in my dining room, kind of like to transition two scents, and I felt like I got lost, so that was a bummer, but I want to try more from them. This is from Zape and Cousin Eddie. Really did not like the scent, but it was totally just a scent preference thing. If you love orange scents, you might like this one more, but this one was like orange cider. I think it was like an orange cider and eggnog blended together, and I just really didn't like the combination. It kind of turned my stomach a little bit, so that was just a preference kind of a thing. And then 3 from Brita's. We've got North Pole Predator, which is eggnog, pumpkin buttercream, and yellow cake. I feel like Brita's like cake and vanilla based scents usually are really good performers for me. That one's great. Warlock's on Break is chocolate chip cookie dough, sweet and creamy, pumpkin spice, and vanilla pumpkin marshmallow. Another one I really enjoyed. And then my favorite out of all the samples from her was Fraser Fir. Just a simple oil, Fraser Fir, but man, oh man, this was a darn good oil. It was such a sweet tree, not astringent, not sharp. This is my favorite, I think, oil, like tree oil out there is the Fraser Fir. I loved it, could not get enough. My all-time favorite scent before we move on to, I think all the rest are just bags and then we're done. This one is Tinseltown from Zape. This is Fir Tree Lime Streets and caramel, I think it's like caramel apple cider. It is incredible. I finished the scoop of this. I have more of this. I will never want to be without the scent. If I could only melt one scent for the holiday season, it would be Tinseltown. It is incredible. It just smells like being outside with a hot cup of cider, walking around the woods. It is beautiful. I love this scent. It's my favorite. And then I've got a bunch of bags. So I've got souffle from Teddy Bees. This is Christmas macchiato. It is fresh pine, buttercream, vanilla waffle cone, espresso, and vanilla ice cream. I feel like I liked this more last year, and maybe my nose is just changing. I think it must be because the peppermint thing, but I wasn't vibing with it this year. It just wasn't a favorite of mine. I felt like it was like too cloyingly sweet, and like it was like tree sweet, but like too sweet. I wanted more tree, maybe more coffee. I don't know. I just didn't like the combination of tree coffee and sweetness. It was a little too, I don't know, it kind of turned my stomach this year, but that's totally preference. I felt like I liked it more last year. I remember liking it more last year, but I think our noses just changed. I've got some, I have one thing from L3. This is Santa's Sleigh Ride, which is brandied pear, cranberry, and pomegranate. This definitely smells like a boozy holiday drink for like a holiday party. I really liked it. Maybe not enough to pick up right away, but maybe in the future I'll pick up more of it. It was a good performer. Very fruity, a little bit boozy. I've got a lot of Zape here, so let's talk about the Zape. So, and then we'll finish up with the Rose Girls. So a brand new one for me this year. This was in like really cute little, like a hat, glasses, mustache kind of a shape thing. And I did use one side of this and the other half I did put in the other bag that I got 2 bags of this. It is a Bah Humbug, which is sweet winter cranberry and hints of Fraser Fir, holiday fir. I love this one. It was the first tree scent that I love mixed with like a juicy cranberry. Really enjoyed that one. Very happy to have more of it. It was a great performer in my home. This one is White Christmas. This one I have backups of. Same thing, that beautiful fir tree scent that I love mixed with balsam. And it is just like a beautiful tree scent. You can't go wrong with it. I have Santa Baby. This is vanilla bean, creamy marshmallow, and pink sugar crystals. I remember thinking this was stronger last year. I don't know if maybe it just sat too long. It's only like a year old, but I do have a backup of this one, so maybe I'll just go ahead and try to finish that backup this year. But I feel like this wasn't as strong this year. Or maybe it's just that my nose is more okay with pink sugar, and last year I was more sensitive to it. I'm not really sure. But this one was like a light to medium performer, but I still like the scent enough, so happy that I have another backup of that. And then this is Sleigh Ride. Didn't come back this year from Zape. I'm surprised it didn't because I think this was like a favorite among a lot of people. And this is marshmallow, peppermint, and pine trees. I remember melting this last year and feeling like it kind of reminded me of Yuletide carols. But at that time, they didn't have Yuletide carols in wax, and this year they do. So I'm really happy Yuletide carols came out in wax this year. Smelling this next to the actual Yuletide carols in wax form, I don't think they're similar. I feel like I'd pick up a lot of the peppermint this year in this one. So I don't really know. I think I'm losing my mind. But either way, that was a really nice scent. And if it comes back next year, I definitely will pick up more of Sleigh Ride. And then all I have left is like 5-6 bags right from Zape. This is Koopa Claus is Coming to Town. And this is like a, oh gosh, what is the name of that? Zucchini bread blend. I think it is. So this is Koopa Claus is Coming to Town and Koopa Claus needs a latte. I think the only difference is this one has a latte oil or an espresso oil. So I'm assuming this is baked zucchini bread, royal sugar cookies, and Gilligan's brew. I also think maybe I'm slightly coming around to zucchini bread. This to my nose, this one over here smelled like straight up like a buttery cookie, like a cookie, and then you soak it in butter, like butter. It is like buttery, with a little bit of like the corn chippy smell, but I'm sensitive to zucchini bread. Not my favorite, but I felt like this year I could kind of do it a little bit more. And this is pretty much like that with just coffee in it. I think the coffee helped. And both of these were very strong performers. So that was great. And if you love zucchini bread scents, you probably would love that one, right? I have Oak Christmas Tree, which is like the Jimmy Choo Oak Christmas Tree blend. This is just Jenny's take on like a fresh balsam scent. I think it's some different oils blended together. An amazing Christmas tree scent, very realistic. Very close to like the fresh balsam candle from Bath & Body Works. I love that one. That's a favorite of mine. Peppermint Cookie Land. This was like a quarter half chunk pie thing. It was like a big pie piece. I melted this when I was the sickest with the flu. This thing was like a scent from heaven. It was amazing. It helped me out so much. The peppermint was so strong. The sweetness from the Cookie Land was beautiful. I really didn't think I would love this that much, but this one came in clutch for me. I needed this. I needed that peppermint, and it needed to be strong. This was amazing. I love this. And that one I got in a Big Kahuna box, so it was a mystery. I wouldn't have even bought that on my own, but now I know that I need to get more of Jenny's peppermint. Now I'm understanding the hype, I think. So that was amazing. We have Wario's Winter Wonderland. This is candy cane, vanilla crunch donuts, eggnog, and sugar cookies. This is just like a very sweet, like eggnog cookie type scent. Kind of reminds me of like Christmas Eve in Cookie Land, but then with the addition of like a candy cane peppermint scent. Really lovely. That's like a good medium performer. And then this one is Christmas Eve in Cookie Land. This is like the OG eggnog, beautiful. Like if you want a good eggnog scent, this one is so good. This one was a chunk bag that definitely was on the older side because she doesn't even do chunk bags now. But I could definitely tell that this did lose some of its strength. So I have this here. I'm going to try to finish this one up this year. But this is just such a good scent that I literally can't say anything bad about it. Christmas Eve in Cookie Land is the most delicious, like, cookie eggnog scent ever. So love that one. And that is it, you guys. Those are all of my empties. I know it was huge. I hope you all have an amazing Christmas if you celebrate. Hope you spend some time with your friends and family, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye, guys.